Cody Miller with EEWeb, and I'm excited today to be here at the Mauser booth at Electronica with Grant Imahara. Some people know him from a co-host on Mythbusters.
That's right.
But there's many other things he's been involved in, from BattleBots to he's a robotics enthusiast. Anyway, we're excited here.
Yeah.
Tell me about this big announcement with Mauser and your new role working with them.
So it's the whole campaign is about empowering innovation together. And basically what we're doing is fostering interest in electronics and getting the design engineers all the tools that they need. And personally, I have part of my fan base, and what makes this a really great association is that for 10 years I've been on TV, but it's been the kind of thing where young people have grown up with our show, which makes me feel a little old, but
right.
They've grown up with our show, and a lot of people that are college age come up to me and say, oh my God, I grew up watching you. I'm an engineer or scientist or
right.
a chemist or a physicist because I saw your show and I thought that engineering was cool. And so now these people are graduating from college and becoming design engineers, and they're going to be needing parts and tools and development kits. And they're going to say, oh, I know Grant. Oh, what's Mauser? Oh, Mauser can provide all those things. Awesome.
Yeah, that's great. When did you first get introduced to Mauser?
Oh.
How long have you known Mauser?
Okay, so my agent came to me a couple months ago and said, look, Grant, we've got this offer. They're an electronics distributor. I don't know if you know them. They're called Mauser. I'm like, of course I know Mauser. He's like, really? Oh yeah. I've been buying parts from Mauser for 20 years. When I first got out of college, I bought parts from Mauser before there was an online ordering.
Right.
It was
Back
when
on the
you
phone
had
call.
the catalog, you look through the catalog, you call them up, and you order your parts.
Right.
As a customer, I only wanted 3 things. For them to have the parts, for the parts to be affordable, and for them to be nice to me.
Right.
And they were all 3. And this was right out of college. It didn't matter that I wasn't buying in 1,000-piece lots. I was like buying 5 or 6, and they were still like, yeah, no problem. And that sort of thing stayed with me. And so as I continued on through my career, if I needed stuff, I would order from Mauser.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
So,
great.
Yeah. And there were Mauser parts in most of the things that I've worked on. R2D2, Energizer Bunny.
That's cool. Yeah, tell me, what are some of your key, favorite projects you've worked on, memorable projects?
Oh yeah. Energizer Bunny, the current generation of bunnies. When I was working at Industrial Light and Magic, the Eveready battery company had a dispute with their supplier for the Energizer Bunny puppet.
Uh-huh.
And as part of his contract, he owned the physical bunnies. So after this disagreement, he was like, fine, I'll take my bunnies and go. And so this company that had spent all this money developing their icon suddenly had no icon. So they came to Industrial Light and Magic and said, we need new bunnies. And we had to start from scratch. There was nothing.
Okay.
So my portion of that project was I had to provide the bunny's beat.
Uh-huh.
All the control electronics. And the bunny doesn't just beat the drum. And before that, they were like, there's 2 things that you have to do for this bunny. Number 1, the drum beat has to be consistent. Before, they had a guy with a metronome
Uh-huh.
and 2 joysticks going like this.
I see.
They're like, that's not good enough. It has to be electronic. So I programmed an 8-bit microcontroller.
Okay.
I soldered the board myself,
All right.
and I interfaced that to the radio control. Second thing is it has to run on Energizer batteries.
Ah.
44 AA batteries is what the Energizer Bunny runs on. But in addition to beating the drum, the bunny has to do a full sequence when it stops beating of twirling the sticks and it has to be able to go right back to beating. So that's all sequenced by a microcontroller.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. R2D2.
Oh yeah, tell me about R2D2.
R2D2, the current generation of R2s, the lighting on the robot was drawing a lot of power. So I looked inside, and from the 70s, what they had was a metal box with a car lamp inside of it, like a 12-volt lamp, and 2 rotating color wheels. And so the displays in R2D2 that kind of sparkle,
Yeah.
they had fiber optics going to these rotating color wheels, and that's how they did that.
Ah,
So I took all that out, replaced it with 2 LED arrays, programmed another microcontroller to do a rotating PWM sequence so that it would look kind of organic. And not only that, I sequenced to do the red-blue display on the front and the yellow-green display on the back, kind of flash back and forth. They had a switch that, on the wheel would turn, it would hit the switch
and then change.
And it's changed. So I got rid of all that, and the microcontroller sequences all of that.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
So what has been the biggest project you've ever worked on? Largest?
Oh my goodness. For me, personal projects, I built a 650-pound, 6-legged robot the size of a small table. And the idea was to make this something that I could ride. Like, I don't know why, but I had seen like little kits, like different companies made tabletop versions that are servo-based that would walk around. I thought, that's neat. Let's make it larger.
That's great. Sit on it, have it take you around.
Now it doesn't work 100% yet.
It's in progress.
It's in progress. It's a long-term project. So it's been going for about 7 years.
Okay.
A couple more years I should have it.
Do you think you'll put it in any of the robotics competitions out there?
I think it's probably a little too fragile. Like, I had a fighting robot in BattleBots. That one was a tank.
Right.
It had titanium on it. It was solid. This one's more of an art type robot. So maybe at Electronica 2 years from now, I'll be riding that around the Mauser booth. And,
there we go.
And if it's
a
here,
challenge.
if it's here, you can have a ride.
Hey, perfect. That sounds great. Well, great. Thanks for your time. I think this has been wonderful. Excited to have you here, and appreciate the time to talk with you. So.
Thanks a lot. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.